That means it must have fallen here in the course of the murder. It might be Dirk's. We should ask him about it later. Add it to the court record. As with everything. Bam, bam, bam. Pink butterfly pendant. A pendant adorned with a pink butterfly. The fingerprint has yet to be analysed, but the blood belongs to Inga. There's everything. God damn, we're not even a third of the way through the investigation. Sheesh. I think we've covered just about everything. Maybe we should go over what we've learned so far. For starters, we're dealing with a locked room murder. But instead of the tomb being locked, it was being cordoned off by the Royal Guard. And after the murder, no one was found to be hiding inside. Right, in addition, we also know that Dirk's fingerprints are all over the murder weapon. The curtain around the sarcophagus was drenched in the victim's blood on one side. The blood must have also gotten on the killer when they stabbed the minister from behind. Dirk had blood on him when the crime was first discovered. Unfortunately, he doesn't remember what happened, just that he felt dizzy. This is not good. So, what we know so far is... things couldn't be worse for our case. And that's still an understatement somehow. Yeah, it's looking pretty grim. Oh, if you two are done here, I'll have to ask you to leave. Go on, scoot! Something wrong, Emma? Why are you trying to give us the boot? It's just easier if you're not here when his ephemeral holiness arrives. Speaking of the devil, yep, what do you know? Speaking of the devil? Prosecutor's had Marty. Detective Sky, it seems you've spoken at length with these two lawyers. I do hope you've also kept an eye on them. Yes, of course. Like a hawk, they didn't touch a single thing. Give a lawyer an inch and they'll take a mile. Never forget that. There's that look of distrust again. Hey, Nayuta. Do you really believe that Dirk's guilty? And are you seriously going to prosecute this case? I mean, he's your father. You were once part of the Defiant Dragons, weren't you? The past is the past. He left. Hey, Nayuta, wait. I said wait. Come on, Athena, after him. Oh, right behind you. Oh, we're leaving. Okay. The residence? I'm like, where would I find him? Nigel, would you stop already? What do you want? It's about Dirk. Would you please hear me out? I fail to see why I should. Now, if you'll excuse me. Oh! Nigel, are you afraid of what I might have to say? If not, then there's no harm in listening, right? Very well. Speak. But make it quick. There is much I must do. Why does everything have to be so difficult with you? I do like his theme though. Very nice. Prosecuting Dirk. So I know you'll be prosecuting Dirk's case, but... aren't there any other prosecutors in this country? Why does it have to be you? Her Eminence, Queen Garan, personally requested that I serve as prosecutor. She did? That would make it hard to say no. Her Eminence thinks highly of my prosecutorial skills. Still, she didn't have to ask you to handle a case against your own father. Be honest, you really don't want to do this, do you? You speak of love and sentiment. I guess so. I do not deny such human emotions, but the law is the law, and placing personal feelings above it is beyond reprieve. Do you disagree? Well, no, I don't disagree, but civilizations only exist due to the confines of the law. Without them, love and sentiment would lack the fertile soil they need to flourish. Do you disagree? No, but the law must be obeyed. This truth sits above all else, including personal feelings. Therefore, whether or not I am the son of the accused is of no consequence. It is that simple. Or would you say otherwise? But... Come on, Apollo. Tell him how wrong he is. But don't you, you know, wish it wasn't that way? Oh wow, he's actually doing his court, like, poses, animations. It appears I've wasted my breath on you. And the winner is Prosecutor Sadmadi. Still spewing empty words devoid of meaning or consequence, I see. You putrid red pepper. Ugh. I know I'm right. But did he have to be so eloquent about his point? It's like he's trying to cover something up with his pretty words. I thought it said petty. Apollo, I'd cut back on the debates with him if I were you. Just stick to questions, like the one you wanted to ask. Who Duke cares about— Duke. I keep calling him Duke. Dirk. Who he cares about. Naruto, I wanted to ask you about that hostage situation. Inga said he had someone dear to Dirk in the palm of his hand. And he was using that person along with his hostage as leverage in obtaining the orb. That's news to me. Well, that's what Inga said. And that person he's on about, I'm guessing, is probably Naruto. Oh god. Well shit, I thought he had a bit more drink left, but I don't. You can guess your chances of getting that orb goodbye. Nope. My FA ain't my only, how shall I say, insurance, you know, Dirk. What? I've got someone dear to you right in the palm of my hand, see? See? Yes. Fuck. Now that one, well, you can imagine what kind of things I could do, right? You bastard. Glad you're seeing things my way. I got the impression Dirk had no choice but to follow Inga's demands after he heard that. So who do you suppose this special person is? I wouldn't know. Ooh. My bracelet's reacting. Hey Naruto, about what you just said. Hey, this ain't caught. Cut that shit out. You ain't gotta curse me. Begone, foul beast. My bracelet is crushing my wrist. It really hurts. What the heck's going on? I'm wise to your tricks, you putrid pepper. That bracelet reacts to the anxieties of the people around you by squeezing your wrist. But now that I know how it works, I can make it tighten around your wrist anytime I wish. Consider this a warning. I don't know how he did it, but this renders my bracelet useless. Such devilry is powerless in the face of the Holy Mother's blessings. Looks like your special power won't work against Prosecutor Sadmadi, Apollo. Ah. We'll have to try something else. Ugh, you're right. We'll just have to ask Dirk about this. It appears you intend to go through with a trial you have no hope of winning. Grow up, Mr. Justice. We are no longer children, you and I. I'm not the one who needs to grow up, Naruto. In case you didn't hear, I won my last case against none other than Mr. Wright. You tell him, Apollo. That is problematic. Is he mad? I can never tell with him. This trial is different. Your foolishness will only earn you a death sentence for aiding and abetting a criminal. And those who die as criminals, are doomed to be reborn in the next life as something lower than a bug or vegetable. You would be lucky to return to this realm as a patch of mold. Mold? That's pretty harsh. If you wish to avert such a fate, abandon this folly before it is too late. That rhymed. I don't care if I end up as a dollop of blue cheese dressing in my next life. Ugh. I'm going to defend Dirk in court. You fool. Know this. I intend to prosecute the accused with all my might, no matter what you say or do. Consider yourself forewarned. Now, if you will excuse me. Prosecutor Sadmadi knows his father will be publicly executed if he's found guilty. Yet he won't show even an ounce of mercy. That's Naruto. Naota, is this the real you? Have you really changed? Do you really plan on sending Dirk to his death? Bit of a dick if you are. Do you even hear me? Whoa! Don't Dirk and I matter to you anymore? I mean, they are brothers. He looked so happy back then. No, he's not even cracked a single smile. Oh, really? Oh. What the fuck? That never normally happens. But sure. Oh god, the fact it has— oh god. That made me jump because I thought I clicked something I shouldn't have. Yeah, I'm not confused. Is this just going to be one hell of a investigation? Because shit. I'm only a third of the way through. I want to get through the investigation in one go, but it's whether or not I'll be able to, you know? Crap. Maya passed out right after we found her in the tomb. I feel exhausted. I can't keep my eyes open. God, I'm so hungry. She's been out cold ever since. We haven't been able to get a word out of her. The doctor said it's just exhaustion, but I can't help but worry. What is it, Wright? Are you alright? Oh! Yeah, just thinking is all. I'm glad you're here, Edgeworth. We wouldn't have gotten the permissions we have without you. Well, I didn't come all the way to Karine to be useless. Speaking of the investigation, I received a few things from Detective Sky. These should prove to be useful to us as well. Right. So I'm playing as Phoenix now. What the okay. Inga's autopsy report added to the court record. Right, I don't need to read these, because we've already read them. So I'm simultaneously playing as Phoenix and Apollo. Okay. Bit weird. So this I'm guessing this takes place before they went to the tomb, or just after they left for the tomb? Maybe? I'm not sure. I can't thank you enough, Edgeworth. Honestly, I'd have been so lost without him these past few days. You there, the barbed head lawyer, Phoenix Wright. Huh? Oh, that's not Rafa. You're from the Garan Royal Guard, right? Excuse you. I am Lucky. Oh my god, really? His name is Lucky. Royal Guard member and Her Eminence's shoulder rubber. That's very specific. And what does the Royal Shoulder Rubber want with me? Wait, come to think of it, my shoulders are a bit stiff. Don't be absurd. I'm here for one purpose only. I am to bring you before Her Eminence, Queen Garan, Grand Priestess of Karine. Will you comply? The Queen? What could she want with me? And why does he have to shout like that? I can't fathom why Queen Garan would summon you. But I advise you to accept Her Eminence's gracious invitation. Royal Shoulder Rubber Lackey, was it? May I join Mr. Wright in his audience with the Queen? The name's Lackey. Oh, it's Larky. And all praise and omnipotent Queen Garan. Ah, the omnipotent. Well, she has already foreseen and approved your request, Chief Prosecutor Edgeworth. You are both to come with me. Awesome. You mean to say Queen Garan sees our every move? Yes, indeed. Her Eminence's spiritual power is immense. She can even see what's going on thousands of miles away. Why does he shout everything? Right. I fear I'll lose my hearing next if we don't hurry. Yeah, me too. Why would the Queen herself summon me personally? What could she possibly be up to? It's a bit suspect, I'll admit. Oh, we're going to the audience chamber. Moving up in the world, eh? Rubbing shoulders with high society, are we? Alright. Audience chamber. Whoa! What the? This is fancy. Good team. Is this the final boss battle? Ah, the barbed-head lawyer has arrived. We bid you welcome. And you as well, Chief Prosecutor Edgeworth. Oh. Thank you. This place is still as magnificent as last time. We've heard much about you, Barbon. I sound like something that was sent from the heavens. The barbed one. It seems your bluffs and tomfoolery tend to leave our court devastated in their wake. Is that what people have been saying about me? Right. Where are your manners? Your Eminence, I am both humbled and delighted to be in your presence. Oh, Your Eminence, glad to be here. Looks like you're doing well. It is alright, there is no need to keep your head bowed all day. Yes, Your Eminence. Hey, it's Rafa. Rafa's not looking too good. Her father has just recently died. Can't be too surprised. I guess even she can't just bounce back from her father's murder. So what can I do for you, Your Eminence? We wish to question you about something related to the case at hand. Perfect, because I have a few questions of my own. Okay, let's have a word. Inga's crime. We fear we do not fully comprehend what has transpired. So it is that we summoned you here further to elucidate the situation. Is it true that our husband Inga had been seeking the Founder's Orb? That's right, he wanted to trade a hostage for it. That's why he abducted Maya Fey. Insolent fool. Katonk. That sound effect was great. That is a lie. A lie, I say. Father would have never done such a thing. But he did abduct Maya. That much is... I will not stand here and listen to this nonsense. You will pay for this, You've katonk. Please, your benevolence. Stop katonking me. That is quite enough, Rafa. We understand your feelings, but we fear he speaks the truth. For we believe we know why your father would do such a thing. For power. There it is. We believe he was seeking the orb as a means of obtaining spiritual power. And with it, he intended to usurp the throne. I thought men couldn't be spirit mediums. Mother. What do you mean, Your Eminence? Inga was planning a coup. For he was dissatisfied with the current administration. And his secret police was the primary instrument of his treason. The secret police. They came up during the High Priest's murder trial too. An elite force under the direct command of the Minister of Justice, in this case, Inga. The man who was hunting down rebels as Lady Kira was a member of that group. Indeed, Inga turned that once proud force into his own private army. And he intended on using them to launch a coup and assassinate us. Wow. Assassinate his wife. Sheesh. So your Eminence had no control over them. As much as it shames us to admit it, Karine is not the unified realm it would appear to be. We are truly sorry you have had to witness the dirty underbelly of our kingdom. How could Father... But know that Inga could not have become king simply through our assassination. For in Karine, only those who possess spiritual power may sit on the throne. I see, that explains why Minister Inga was seeking the Founder's Orb. Barbed one, do you recall the man known as Peace, Lovin' and Understanding? I do. Peace, love and understanding, I think, is what his name would translate to, roughly. What about him? He too was involved in Inga's machinations. Inga had bought his loyalty, ordered the man to steal the orb and covered up the theft. And then he sent the orb to the US for Dr. Buff to study. It's all coming together. Dirk the criminal. The capture of the infamous villain Dirk Sadmadi. It may prove to be the crowning achievement of our reign. Now perhaps the kingdom may return to the peace it once knew. Oh, what a joyous day. I don't think it's going to change all that much. Hail to Her Eminence Queen Garan, Grand Priestess of Karine. Her Eminence's spiritual power invoked a blessing straight from the Holy Mother. Yeah, blah blah. I could see how her cronies would be elated at the prospect. They're so happy. But the Queen herself seems almost giddy for someone whose husband was just murdered. Yeah. A bit strange. Father. Rafa, on the other hand, doesn't appear to be taking it so well. About that incident that occurred 23 years ago. The one in which Dirk was accused of assassinating Queen Amara. Ooh, her expression changed. Ever so slightly, but she looks just a teeny bit pissed off. Yes, he set fire to her private residence, burning my dear sister alive. Murder by arson. Only a demon would be capable of such a heinous crime. Is it heinous or heinous? Who cares? But that event also set the stage for you to become queen. What did you do before you were crowned queen, Your Eminence? As part of our training to be queen, we served in many different governmental positions, the longest of which was as the previous Minister of Justice. It was in that position that we were best able to support our eldest sister, Queen Amara. Interesting. That's her husband's position, or at least it was. And when you ascended to the throne, you passed the Defense Capability Act. The DCA. Why does it exist? Those who would support criminals will be deemed just as guilty. What prompted you to pass something like the Defense Capability Act, Your Eminence? The assassination of our dear sister, Amara. When the infamous villain Dirk Sadmari was apprehended, he announced that he would act as his own lawyer. That's right, Dirk used to be a lawyer, and he won. Dirk had been an extraordinarily talented lawyer and highly esteemed by the people. But he falsified evidence in an attempt to win his own case. I see. But when the truth of his fabrications and the assassination of the Queen came to light, the people were devastated, and trust in the legal system plummeted. Now why does that sound so familiar? Yeah, I wonder. Although, Phoenix didn't actually forge evidence of his own account, he got evidence that had been forged. Without his knowing. I can't remember what the case was. Wasn't it to do with the painter? Was it the final case? I really don't remember. Apollo Justice was a long time ago, at this point. In Karine, the Hall of Justice is a sacred space where victims receive their last rites. Should the people lose their faith in it, the kingdom would be shaken to its very core. That is why the Defense Capability Act had to be passed. It was the only way to keep our legal system from tumbling into the abyss. So that's how you sought to eliminate the use of perjury and phony evidence, huh? But that law is what made lawyers go extinct in your kingdom. Now there's no one left to defend those who have been accused. We need not, because we have divination seances. We see how you could take issue with such a reality. However, we have not banned the act of lawyering itself. Those who are confident that they can prove their client's innocence are always welcome to mount a vigorous defense, as you yourself have shown. Well, I guess so, but without lawyers, there's the possibility of false charges being filed and prosecuted. So long as our prosecutors continue to run nothing but perfect trials, there needn't be fear of such nefarious dealings. Do you disagree? Perfect prosecutors and their perfect trials, huh? Reminds me of Manfred. Let's not get started down this path. Furthermore, here in Karine we have the divination seance. And so it is we no longer need lawyers, for the dead do not lie. Well, in the short time I've been here, I've beaten back false charges twice. The dead do not lie, but the dead do misunderstand. Or, well, actually, it's not even the dead. It's the seance that's misunderstood. And I found that cases built on the memories of the dead are less than perfect. So yes, I do take issue with the Defense Capability Act, to say the least. Ooh. Such relentless rhetoric. Your reputation precedes you, barbed one. It feels as if we ourselves were being cross-examined. Oh no, that wasn't my intention. It is true that some feel the Defense Capability Act is a necessary evil at best, but it is a small sacrifice upon which the peace of our kingdom has been forged. If you consider executing innocent lawyers a small sacrifice, then sure. The fact is that following its passage, the crime rate here in Karine dropped markedly. Therefore, we have no regrets concerning the enactment of the Defense Capability Act. Really? None at all. Right, why don't we leave it at that? This isn't a court of law after all. Yeah. About the Founder's Orb that was to be exchanged for the hostage. It went missing after the murder. Would you happen to know anything about that? It's missing? I'm sure Dirk had it when he went into the tomb. If it wasn't there, I have no idea where it could be, Your Eminence. In that case, then perhaps Dirk has hidden it somewhere. Incidentally, there is the matter of that horned youth you were with. Oh, you must mean Apollo. From his odd hairstyle, May we assume him to be a relative, perhaps your younger brother? No, you've got it all wrong. He's Dirk's son. Well, more like foster son. They're not actually related by blood. Dirks, you probably shouldn't have said that. Royal Guard. Your Eminence. Uh-oh. What's she whispering in that one guy's ear? We should not have told her. Thank you for your time. The two of you may go now. Yes, Your Eminence. We'll be on our way. Okay, now what? Apollo and Athena have the murder scene and investigation covered, so maybe we should go speak with the locals over at the bazaar. Alright. Yeah, that was a long... I'm going to say turn of events. To be fair, given how long this... like... the last third of this case is, I may actually end it if it does another to be continued. And then just next session finish the investigation and move on to the trial, because I know the trial is massive. It's ridiculous. Yeah, because otherwise I'll probably be recording for like 4 hours. And I don't know if I can hold out that long. Whoa! Wait, I heard a roar, but I see no lion. What? Was that a lion? Oh, that caught me by surprise too when I first heard it. It's the cry of a local bird known as the warbard. Wait, it's that thing? Oh, a bird? That sounds like that. Sounds more like a beast than a bird, if you ask me. It's a form of mimicry. Mimicry. You know, to help protect them against predators and stuff. Yes, well, can't say I've heard one quite like that before. Oh, it's more than unusual. It's endangered. It's extremely rare to encounter one in the wild these days. If it's so rare, then what's one doing out here in the middle of the street? Oh, in the middle of the bazaar. You got me. Maybe it's got something to do with it being their national bird. Was that a gunshot? Wait a minute. Is that Dats? Startle your PW? You dick. I knew it. What was that, Dats? Fusion, ha! The Defiant Dragon's newest weapon. I call these puppies... Dragon Snot Snaps. Uh-huh. And you need those... why? Because our hard work is starting to pay off. Thanks to our TV signal hijacking and stuff, more and more people are joining our cause. But on account of that, the regime's been cracking down on us real tough like. Yeah, there's been a lot going on lately. You can say that again. I mean, what with the High Priest's fake murder/suicide? People are calling it the DCA tragedy, and it's causing a real public uproar. Hopefully this means Turust's death won't be in vain after all. So how exactly is a handful of firecrackers going to be of help to you guys anyway? Simple. First, I supply them to our fellow rebels. Then we use them as a diversion when we need to shake Garan's goons. Like this. Jesus. Whoa. Will you cut that out? I'm not with the regime, and I'm not chasing you. I think Dats is probably one of my favourite characters, just because of his animations. Your reaction. That was priceless, PW. Guess I startled that warbard too. It's a miracle no one's trying to arrest him while he's too busy laughing. You there. Uh-oh. Oh! You are one of those insurgents, are you not? Yikes! Take that. Well, he left. And he's gone. Those firecrackers are more useful than I thought. Barbed Head. Your benevolence. What can I do for you? I wanted to speak with you. About what my mother said. I do not believe a word of it. My father could not have been planning a coup. Well, I can understand why you'd feel like that, but it was a setup. Someone must have been plotting against him. And how do you know that? I just do. Because the Holy Mother guides me. Oh my god. You're delusional. And as the Royal Priestess, I must uncover the truth for all to see. Maybe this is just how Rayfur expresses her sense of duty. You're investigating this matter, are you not? Then rejoice, for I shall accompany you, and bestow upon you the royal priestess's wisdom. That's the best news I've heard all day, Your Benevolence. No one dare get in our way with Rafer by our side. We humbly accept your offer, don't we, Edgeworth? As you wish, Wright. Excellent. Now let us begin with my father's private quarters. We should be able to find some clues there. Really? I shall expose this false charge for what it is, if it's the last thing I do. Could it be? Is this the reason she's so defensive about Ingo, because she's a daddy's girl? Bobhead, let us not waste any time. My father's private quarters are located within the royal residence. No shit. Now follow me. Wow, she's got a spring in her step. Wait, she's sure in a hurry. Right, the minister's private quarters may hold evidence related to his murder as well. Yeah, maybe we can kill two birds with one stone. Rafer's awfully fired up. I just hope she'll be ready for the truth we find. After all, it's hard to believe that Inga was not in full control of the whole affair. Wait, what? Oh. I was about to say, where am I going? Here we are. Was that there before? Wait a minute. Am I seeing things? Was this statue? I keep pointing at it with my cursor. To the left of the house. There's a lion statue. At least I think it's a lion. Was that there before? I don't remember. I don't think there was a statue. Was there? Now if we could figure out which of these buildings... No, yeah, buildings houses Inga's private quarters. That's where we'll find Rafer. I'm very confused. Was this here before? Now that's what I call an extravagant exterior. Is this where Inga's private quarters are? Watch your step, Wright. That urn's been knocked over, spilling water everywhere. Yeah, the ground's soaked. I wonder who did this. I think someone's in there. Father... Oh, it's Rafer. Is that... Princess Rafer? There were still so many things I wish to tell you. She always puts on such a brave face. But hearing her crying all alone, I can't help but think of Trucy. You've got to feel bad for her. Her father might have been an absolute cock, but... Still, he was murdered. Princess Rafer? Are you in there? Just a moment, I'll be right out. Wow. God, she really does. I see you were finally here. Well, let's commence our investigation, shall we? Your Benevolence? Maybe you should rest for a minute first. Uh-oh. You were eavesdropping on me, weren't you? No. I mean, yes. Sorry, I couldn't help overhearing. She's gonna blow a gasket.